Welcome back to Ohio Means Business. Urban centers of the past are transforming the future of residential and commercial development. Joining us now with the bottom line, Ken Gold, director of the Real Estate Center at Ohio State's Fisher College of Business. Ken, we appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Let's talk trends. We see these trends over long periods of time, but what are the current trends? People coming back into the urban areas, right?
Urban areas are hot. It's where the future growth of development is going to happen. We've seen lifestyle centers like Easton and Columbus, Ohio, come and be very successful. Well, what's happening today, people are looking at strategic urban locations as the future lifestyle centers. But the most interesting part is that when there were no lifestyle centers in suburbia, right, downtowns were the lifestyle centers. So, it's very comfortable to come back to and look at downtowns as the next growth vehicle for commercial development.
And, when you talk commercial development or even residential development, it's interesting how much it is tied to a hospital. So talk about healthcare reform, a hospital being in a neighborhood and how that affects the whole area.
Well, healthcare is the hot topic of conversation today. When I teach my students, we talk about change creates opportunities. If we look at what's going on in healthcare and healthcare reform, everything about it is changing. So that change creates opportunity. So there's great supply today because of all of the uninsured that will become insured. And there's money that's following healthcare. You need money to create development. So all over the country, all over Ohio, and almost every city, there is healthcare money being spent strategically with hospital systems that have been in place for quite some time. And that creates a lot of traffic, a lot of activity, a lot of investments that then create opportunities for additional development.
A perfect example of that is Nationwide Children's Hospital in downtown Columbus. If you drive around that area, just block after block after block, construction is underway. Redevelopment is going on.
Well, absolutely. Children's is right in the middle of a $1 billion expansion to their campus, to their hospital and to their campus. And throughout Central Ohio, like I said, it is a topic of discussion. So with everything that Children's is doing in terms of putting money into their hospital system, infrastructure around the area is also being expanded. New intersections, new traffic lights. 7071 Split is going to be redirected to come out there at Parsons Avenue. And as a result of Children's expansion, the community, the residential community in the area is being upgraded, and development around the hospital is being increased today. New CVS has just gone in. There's a hotel looking to go across the street. Mm-hmm. More retail, restaurants. So really, healthcare and the available dollars and the demand for it is really the catalyst that's going to create large investments in urban cores that then is going to be leveraged into additional development.
It really is amazing how a hospital can drive basically the economy. The Ohio State University Medical Center, huge expansion there as well. And it's just the domino effect of those hospitals and what they mean to the economy. But let's just talk about commercial real estate and the trends. When you decide to rehab an existing property or build a new one, is that a tough decision, and what goes into it?
Yeah, it's a very tough decision, and for all of us in academia today, it's called sustainability. Mm-hmm. So we never want to look at an area and say, okay, how do we tear down this building and start over? First thing we always look at is the infrastructure that sits there in the existing buildings. How can they be reused? Can they be reused? And it takes a team of experts sitting around the table to say, hey, this is important. This is important for today. This is important for the future. So let's make this work together. So it's a tough decision. It all comes down to the bottom line. You need a user, you need a building that works, and it works for the user that has a sustainable future.
When you go into an area that traditionally has been a poorer neighborhood or one that's been a little bit run down maybe, sure, a developer can go in there and work magic, but they do need a little help from the government, right?
Well, magic is a big word today, right, when it comes to development.
They can improve it,
They
certainly.
can improve it, yeah. And it's a teamwork. Government and private developers need to figure out how to work together, and today there's a lot of silos out there there in the commercial development world, and people have to come and sit at the same table and realize that all their goals are the same, and they have to figure out a formula to make a successful development.
A commercial real estate expert has to be an urban planner as well. And we talked about the hospitals. What about transportation and how that plays a role? Everything's connected, isn't it?
Everything absolutely is connected. And again, transportation and energy and fuel costs all contribute to why urban cores will be the place of the future, where people will live, where people will eat, work, and be entertained. People want public transportation. Fuel costs, man, they're only going up. So we don't want to drive out to the malls in the suburbs anymore. We want to live in nice areas, densely populated areas with a lot of, activity and passion. People are recreating what communities, will look like into the future.
And just in Ohio's three big cities, Columbus, Cleveland, Cincinnati, there are major projects underway. But I think, and what I've noticed is there's a nice, healthy balance between the urban core and the outlying suburbs, that they both have something to offer. Is that what you're seeing?
They do, they both, but it's going to be changing. We really believe with our research that it's going to be a flip-flop. Mm-hmm. That basically everything in the last 25 years has been about suburbia. It really is. Highways, transportation, housing development. Well, there's no new roads being built. There's not a lot of homes being built. But what we're looking at is a relook and a re-identification of urban areas.
Ken Gold from OSU's Fisher College of Business. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Good information. We appreciate it.